That's one sad puppy dog. Hey Jack. Kira and Bianca left for Ipswich earlier today. But I thought I would bring you along and show you the progress on the black soldier fly farm. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Well, on the inside it does. So what we've got so far is that little down spout attachment, just one of them, the rectangular into the round, and drilled a hole in the end and popped that through, made a couple of slits in this little bottom flap just to make it bendable, softened it up with a couple of cuts along the back as well, and just zapped that onto a hardwood floor. And on the other side we have a 90 degrees that goes into what I think is an old honey container, and that's going to hold the harvested black soldier fly. I'm just going to zap in a whole heap of these little 3mm or 1/8 inch holes just around the lip there. This isn't airtight, but this will be living underneath the deck for the time being, because I don't really want it out near the chooks at the moment. I just want a sort of proof of concept first. It doesn't smell. The bucket up near the house doesn't smell. This had meat in it, meat scraps, dairy, bits and pieces, and yeah, the black soldier fly maggots are pretty much, or larvae have pretty much all looked after it all, and they haven't made it stinky. About the only thing I'm left to do now is pop in the top vent. Whoops. Just to let them in. I'm using 20mm PVC pipe because I have it laying around, and because I have no hole saws that match closely to that or the 1 inch, I'm going to use a grommet. That's why it's downsized to the 20mm or 3/4 inch, just because it sits better. Do a little diagonal cut there, just more so to keep the rain out than anything else. And mice would fit down there, some of the small ones we have, so I'm going to try and keep it fairly high up to make it harder for them to jump in. Worst case scenario, I think what I could probably do is put a couple of screws through here, just on a 90 degree angle, and that would hopefully keep them out, but it's enough to let the black soldier fly in. Nature is always right. Per me channel, I follow Stephen. What he does is he cuts little slits out of the side, and that's enough to let the black soldier fly in, and the larvae to climb up and climb out. Because this is going to be sitting underneath the deck, I don't want to do that. We have more than enough cane toads under there as there is. I don't want any more coming in. The reason it's sitting there for the time being is it's still a little bit hot, and I think this may just bake in the 30 degree days we're having if it was over at the chook shed, and might be a little bit too much for the chooks for the larvae at the moment. They'll later on it'll end up going into some sort of a shaded area. So that is where I'm up to with that. I've got to go now and do the post, and if you don't see this now, you'll see it tomorrow morning. I'll upload it for tomorrow morning, and you can check it out then, or we can check it out now, which is tomorrow morning. So this little build will probably be this week's main video on YouTube, and I hope to get the wicking beds finished before Bianca gets back, even though I won't be telling her. She doesn't watch these videos, she hears me edit them, so she probably will miss this one. So it'll still be a surprise for her. But yeah, that's what's on the go so far. Just a quick update on the tractor. This wheel keeps going flat. We had the front fin here break off. It was already cracked, but it finally broke off in the paddock the other day. The tree branch went through the PTO guard, but that's the least of my worries there, because the gearbox finally gave out. It was it was a bit loose and clunky when we bought it. All I did was I just kept the oil up to it. It was all I could pretty much all do. Aussie Land are no longer made, so yeah, I'm going to get a new gearbox for that. But there you can see that that shear pin, it's just belted in there and then tied off, so I'll screw it off down the bottom. But yeah, slip clutch worked. I had it slipping twice. The gearbox broke, finally packed it in because I think I was going through too thick a grass. I was normally raising this up probably around about a foot, 12 inches, 30 centimetres off the ground, 300 millimetres if you want to throw that in there too. But I think I was just cutting too low on one section, and it just, yeah, I think that was the end of it. But anyway, yeah, such is. And now I've got to source a gearbox and work out whether I just call someone out to do the tyre or take it off. See how much money's in the piggy bank, otherwise I'm just going to keep filling it up with air continuously so it doesn't damage the actual rubber itself. But anyway, I will pretty much leave it there, a bit bright out here, and I hope you folks are having a fantastic week. I'm going to give Jack a pat because he's looking pretty sad. He's waiting for Bianca to come up the driveway. It's alright, buddy. We'll be picking her up in a couple of days, or in a week's time. But yeah, I will leave it there. I do hope you guys are having a fantastic week, if I haven't said it already, and we'll catch you later. See ya, folks.